All right, we are officially in the back-to-back era of sports. And in this video, I'm going to go over a few of the recent back-to-back championships we've seen, as well as individual player awards over the past few years or so. And if I missed any, I apologize in advance. I try to get most of the big name sports in here, mostly American sports, but there might be a few other ones sprinkled in here. And before I start, I want to thank you guys for 69 subscribers. I woke up yesterday and I saw 69 subs on my channel, and I was very grateful for that. I'm grateful for every view I get on this channel. I know the videos right now are kind of lazy. I want to do better editing, but I'm trying to make it something. So guys, thanks so much for that. And getting right into it here, starting this year with the Kansas City Chiefs completing the back-to-back Super Bowls. Now this run was crazy. Obviously they lost Tyreek Hill 2 years ago. And this year in the playoffs, they had a gauntlet to go through. You have the Miami Dolphins, and then you have on the road at Baltimore against MVP Lamar Jackson. And that game was a total slop fest. They win that game like 17-10 or something. And they go into the Super Bowl underdogs against the 49ers. And they're kind of behind in that game, and they come back in the fourth quarter, overtime, they win the Super Bowl again. It was scripted so well, honestly, by the NFL. But no, congrats to the Chiefs for winning back-to-back Super Bowls. That was the first one in 19 years since the early days of Tom Brady in New England. How about college basketball again? This spring, 2024, UConn Huskies complete the back-to-back championships, winning March Madness 2 years in a row. Guys, Dan Hurley is such an icon. He reloads the team this year, goes 37-3, and wins another title. This team's on a dominant run right now. We haven't seen this in college basketball in about 17 years since the Florida Gators, Billy Donovan's squad. Remember Joakim Noah? I think they beat Ohio State in 07. That was a very good Florida team back in the day. And then staying in college sports, guys, Caitlin Clark. This is unbelievable when you think of how many players are in women's college basketball. If there's like 350 teams and there's 10 players per team, that's like over 3,000 players you're competing against. And she wins Player of the Year 2 years in a row, back-to-back championship appearances. The first back-to-back since Breanna Stewart at UConn. You remember those dominant UConn teams, they win the championship like every year. Now, she actually won it 3 years in a row. It was, I think, 2014 through 2016. So 3-time in a row Player of the Year winner. That is absolutely absurd. And then going to the men's side, guys, Zach Edey wins Player of the Year 2 years in a row, comes off a loss to a 16 seed, gets even better his last year and wins Player of the Year, the best player in college basketball in back-to-back years. That's insane. It's the first time since the 80s, and I think Ralph Sampson won it 3 times actually. And it's kind of tricky with college basketball because the awards they give out are all different. There's not like one award the NCAA gives out. It's like Wooden Award, Naismith winner, AP Player of the Year. So it depends which one you're looking at. I looked at the Naismith winner for these back-to-backs, and I couldn't find anyone else since the 80s. Now, we can't forget Bill Walton. He was the first to do it back in the 60s with UCLA. Rest in peace, Bill Walton. 3-time Player of the Year, I think 3-time champion as well with UCLA. Just a dominant run. And then moving on to English Premier League soccer or football, guys, Man City. They actually did the double back-to-back. So they did 4 years in a row as champions. They just completed that this year, 4 championships in a row with the Premier League. And that was the first time since Chelsea about 20 years ago to go back-to-back in the EPL. Congratulations to Man City. And then guys, we can't forget Jokic, his back-to-back MVP run. That was actually 2 years ago in 2021 and 2022. Now this was the first back-to-back since the year prior with Giannis going back-to-back as well. So we had the double back-to-back Player of the Year winners, guys. We're in the era of the back-to-back right now. I'm telling you, get on board. This is happening. Everyone is going back-to-back right now. And then continuing on, how about Georgia football? We remember like 27 games in a row they won or something. They won back-to-back championships that completed last year against TCU. We remember the 65-7 blowout in the championship game with Stetson Bennett winning back-to-back championships. And it was kind of funny. That run started with them losing to Alabama in the SEC championship game back in 2021. And then the winning streak ends in 2023 with him losing to Alabama in the SEC championship game. It was the first back-to-back since Alabama in 2011-2012. I think they beat LSU and Notre Dame in those championships. And then a few more here I want to shout out the back-to-backs. Oklahoma softball. I think this might be a four-peat going on right now. I'm not sure. I'll have to fact-check that one. But they've been dominant recently. And this is the first back-to-back since Oklahoma, like 7 years ago. So they're just a dynasty right now in women's softball. And how about the Indy 500? Yes, the Indy 500 this year, on the last lap of the race, Joseph Newgarden wins the back-to-back Indy 500 championships. That was an awesome race, and he's the first back-to-back winner in over 20 years since Castroneves. What a great race that was. And then how about Notre Dame lacrosse? Notre Dame men's lacrosse completes the back-to-back. This was actually yesterday I saw this on ESPN. They are the back-to-back championships in lacrosse. How about Texas volleyball? Texas women's volleyball. They are a dynasty as well, winning back-to-back championships. I think it's still going on this year. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a fall sport, actually. Maybe it's a fall sport, so they won it in 2023. And then, guys, we can't forget Aaron Rodgers winning back-to-back MVPs a couple years ago. And that was his fourth MVP. So really, I think the most MVPs someone has is 5. Peyton Manning, right? Peyton Manning has 5. So can he get one more this year? I doubt it with the Jets, but we'll see. So those are some back-to-backs. If I missed any, leave in the comments below. I might have missed a few random ones here and there. But guys, thanks for watching. Honestly, this channel, I want to make more sports content this summer. I'm looking forward to college football in the fall. I want to make my channel more centered around football once the season starts. But guys, I'm telling you, get on board now with the channel. We'll be at 100 subs soon. So if you want to subscribe below. And I'm not one to like beg for subs, so I don't want to like do that. But, you know, I appreciate all the support. I love comments. And yeah, I'll tag my Instagram below as well if you want to follow me on Instagram. But anyways, guys, that's all for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.